You're listening to the TV Caldwell Podcast Network, powered by iHeartRadio. Thanks for listening.
Thank you for joining Lady CC's World, where we engage, educate, and elevate you. And I am your girl, Lady CC, and I want to welcome you today. Today, I want to talk to you just for a few minutes about trusting your instincts. We have entered into a new year in 2024, and if you're like me, I'm glad about it. 2023 was not necessarily so kind to me at all from the beginning to the end, but I am blessed to still be standing. And when I look back at some of the choices and decisions that I had to make, I should have went with my gut. Long time ago, I should have went with my gut. I should have trusted my instincts. When we have that inner knowing that God has given us that maybe we shouldn't do that, or maybe we need to go left, maybe we need to go right. When was the last time you trusted your gut, trusted your instincts? Especially women. Women, we have them for a reason. We overshot them a lot for the men in our lives or the people that we see or come in contact with, because we'll have that thing that says, no, stop. But because of our nurturing ability, because of our desire for love and those kinds of things, we may override that flashing red light. Now, I'm not saying that people are perfect, because we're not perfect, but we have that inner knowing that we step over because we want what we want so bad that we're willing to ignore something that we may regret later. Let that sit and marinate for a moment. So trust your instincts, ladies and gentlemen. Because guys, it happens to you all too. You all see this beautiful lady and that's what you look at. You're looking at the exterior, but she is messy. Or her character is not great, or she's not a good team player. She wouldn't be the one that you would want to take home to your mom or be the mother of your children. She's just not. But aesthetically, she checks your checklist off. Please be careful, because just because they're fine as all get out does not mean they make for a good wife. That's just the truth. And some of you already know that to be true. You had that thing, that inner knowing that said, don't do it. Don't even look at her. Don't go in that direction. But you did it anyway. And it was a whirlwind. And you fell for it. And y'all fell for each other hard. Or you fell for her hard. And you got into a situation. And then maybe a baby showed up. That never should have showed up. Because she's not. And you realize she's not who you wanted her to be. Or she realized that you were not who she wanted to be. But now we bring a baby into the mix. And then we wonder why we deal with dysfunction. We cause our kids as parents problems because we make bad, horrible choices. When our instinct was screaming no and stop, we kept moving. And then we end up leaving misery in the wake of things. And that is not what we want done. That is not what we should want to desire. And I don't like telling people what they should or shouldn't do. But in this case, as parents, we don't want to cause our children angst and frustration unnecessarily because of the choices and decisions we made at young ages. And you would kind of expect that from young folks. But from you older folks, we would expect that you would be smart enough to listen for the signs, listen for the cues, listen for that internal thing that's telling you, don't do it, don't do it, don't do it. Turn around, don't look. Yes, he's fine, don't look. Yes, she's flat, don't look. But you did it anyway. And things started off the way you wanted them to, and things seemed to be great until it wasn't. And then you hung on because he or she met some needs. Whether it be financial, whether it be physical, but they met some needs. So you figured that mentality that we heard back in the day growing up, Some loaf is better. Half a loaf, is that what it is? It's better than no loaf at all. That is dead wrong. And that is such a lie. Ladies and gentlemen, you deserve the absolute best in your life, the best partner in your life, the best teammate in your life. Because the truth of the matter is, if you get together because you had kids, the kids are going to suffer. Don't make everybody miserable. I've heard kids say, I wish they would divorce already. And we don't want that because God doesn't like divorce. He really doesn't. So we have to make better choices, but we have to listen to our instincts. We have to trust them. And some of us don't trust them because maybe you had before and it didn't quite pan out. I don't think it didn't pan out because your instincts were wrong. I just think it didn't pan out because you weren't clear what you wanted or you were sending mixed signals. And you can take it like you want to take it. But we, again, have that inner ability to know when we should or shouldn't do something. And that's not me telling you what you should or shouldn't do. But we know. When was the last time you looked at the man or the woman in the mirror and been honest? And right now that we've gone into a new year is a perfect time for reflection. Sitting still, asking those questions, getting the answers so that you can put a plan in place for the new year that you are willing to execute. Notice I said that you are willing to execute. Because at the end of the day, whether it's meeting a companion, whether or not it's building a business, whether or not it's going back to school and getting educated, you get to choose. And if you choose wrong, that's you choosing wrong. But you can't blame other people, and we have a tendency to do that. In today's time, we must take 100% responsibility for our lives and the choices that we made. God gave us free will to choose to do what we wanted. But keep in mind, there are consequences for every action. There really, really is. Let that sit for a moment. There are consequences for everything that you say and everything that you do. You reap what you sow in word and in deed. So if you don't want discord in your life, don't sow it. If you want joy, sow it. If you want love, sow that. Think about it. But you got to trust your instincts. They are your internal GPS, God positioning system, which wants to lead you down the path that you ought to take. And guess what? You get to decide whether or not you're going to follow your GPS or whether or not you're going to do it your own way. And you can do that. But you must know when you do certain things your own way without really counting up the cost. Because guess what, ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, there is a cost. Whether you believe it or not, there is a cost. There's a price to be paid. And so if you don't do what you need to do, you can't expect others to do the same. So again, I want you to trust your instincts today. I want you to listen to your inner still voice when it shows you that flashing red light. Stop. Don't go in there. Walk in another direction. I implore you to do so. Because if you do, you'll be led to where you're supposed to be and who you're supposed to be with. And if you don't, you'll find yourself in a wake of calamity, just trying to fulfill emptiness, which people, male or female, never were meant to feel. So think about that for a moment. Your fulfillment comes from where? Everything that you do internally affects you externally. So if you're not doing what you need to do, it's not too late for that. It's the beginning of a new year.
How are we feeling this one?
And I'm not talking about near you, new year, or anything of that nature. If that's what you go with, that's what you go with. I tell people often, I do not make resolutions. I stopped making resolutions a long time ago. I make decisions, and then I find me accountability partners that will hold me to what I said I was going to do. Because a lot of us get caught up in the moments, but we don't want to do the work that's required for the manifestation. We want somebody else to do the work. But that is not how that is to play out. That is not the best way to do it, as far as I can see and in my experience in this life. So trust your instincts. Listen, act on what you're being told. Because you're being told something if you listen close enough. Seek out people that will pour into you, that will support you, that will lift you, that will encourage you as you journey to be a lot more intentional about listening to the inner voice that is trying to help you, protect you, save you, and keep you. So that's all I have for you today. This has been Lady Cece's World. I am your girl, Lady Cece. Let me tell you something. I love you. There's absolutely nothing you can do about it. I love you back. And guess what, you guys? Beautiful people. I'll accept that. I will accept that. Be real, be true, be authentic, and be you, because you're certainly more than enough.